Bullying is consistent action towards a particular person.
So I think anybody that's a target of bullying is somebody that a bully feels like they can take advantage of. Quite honestly, bullies target easy marks. People they feel that will give them no resistance.
Bullying can happen to anyone, but there are some characteristics that might make it more likely. Studies conducted since the 1970s by Professor Dan Olwis of the Research Center for Health Promotion at the University of Bergen in Norway have found that victims of bullying suffer from anxiety and low self-esteem. They are also very quiet and sensitive, thus when they are challenged they will often show signs of weakness, such as crying.
The experiences of me getting bullied, what it really did on me was give me a sense of insecurity when talking to people. I couldn't trust most people. I believe they were just being my friend just to get stuff out of me.
Therefore, bullies seem to target a specific group of people, introverts. Introverts are drained by social encounters. This perception of weakness and low self-esteem is why introverts are commonly main targets for bullies. However, this leads many people to ask, who are these bullies and what caused them to take such a destructive path?
I was part of a bullying situation of a student in my homeroom in our class. There was a group of us. We were basically the jocks in the classroom, and we had a student in our class who had a different lifestyle, if you will, than what we were accustomed to growing up. And looking back on it, we were pretty vicious, and I'm pretty ashamed of it, to be honest with you, and as are my classmates who we stay in touch with.
However, as we progress into the modern ages, we see the advent use of cyberbullying. Cyberbullying is overt or covert bullying via digital technology. At least 1 out of 3 teens say they have seriously been threatened online. More shockingly, 60% of teens say they have participated in online bullying.
Back in 37 years ago, we didn't have cell phones, we didn't have the type of computer and internet access that we have now. So bullying back then, which took place either in the classroom or the locker room, was in some cases accepted as part of growing up.
Technology has become another area where people utilize it to bully people, but is also a way for us to find out who's being bullied. A lot of times the people that are being bullied are videotaped by bystanders, and that's put on YouTube, on Facebook, on MySpace, and then prosecutors and police officers can get those videos to enforce penalties against the offenders. However, bullies also use the internet to cyberbully.
Currently, there is no federal anti-bullying law. 49 states have anti-bullying legislation. The first state to have passed anti-bullying legislation was Georgia in 1999. Montana is the only state in the nation without laws against bullying and cyberbullying. But how exactly is bullying classified under state law?
If you bully someone just with words, that could be considered harassment in the 2nd degree, Penal Law Section 240-26. You can go to jail for 15 days. That's just with words. If you threaten someone and say you're going to hurt them, that's menacing, Penal Law Section 120.14, subsection 1, which is a Class A misdemeanor, and you can go to jail for a year. So I would like to say that bullying is a crime. It is a crime in whatever form it is. When you continue to harass someone and that person tells you to leave them alone and you continue to do it, you can go to jail. So to me, there is no difference between bullying and a crime. Bullying is a crime. There are signs where you can see that something's wrong. Your child becomes withdrawn. He doesn't want to go to school. Every day he's saying he's sick, he has a cold, he doesn't want to attend, or he's cutting school. Or the person you know your child to be is no longer that child.
My vow to the parents has always been that your son will never be bullied inside or outside the school. If it happens outside the school, I'm going after them.
I don't promote people intervening because they can get hurt as well. However, I don't believe we should just walk away and do nothing. You can call 911 anonymously. You can walk up the block and tell an adult. If it's happening in a school setting, you can tell a principal and say, I don't want to be involved, but this is what's happening. There's so many things we can do as a society to stop it. And more often than not, we don't.
Many people, however, are taking action against bullying. Known as defenders, these activists promote anti-bullying legislation and education. One defender who speaks on behalf of all those who are bullied is James Nabosny. James grew up in Ashland, Wisconsin, where he was bullied in both middle school and high school for being openly homosexual. James now visits many schools across the country to share his story so that no child has to endure what he endured.